Welcome you all to the new session of computer graphics. Today we will be learning a new topic, 2D transformations. 2D transformation means two-dimensional transformations. What does transformation mean? Transformation means changes. So what are the different types of changes that can undergo in a two-dimensional object? So we are going to study about these types of changes. So altogether there are 5 different types of two-dimensional transformations. They are translation, scaling, rotation, reflection and shear. Out of these 5, the first 3, that is translation, scaling and rotation, are together called basic 2D transformations, and these two, that is reflection and shear, are called other 2D transformations. So let us now see how different types of changes an object undergoes in a two-dimensional environment. So first we are going to learn about translation. Translation means change in position of an object. That means you are changing the position of an object. How? Along a straight line. So this change in position is along a straight line. Let us examine how. Let this be the original position of the object. From this original position, the object can be moved towards the right side. So let this be the new position. This is the original position and this is the new position. So from this it is clear that object has moved towards the right. So if this is the movement, then the object has undergone a straight line movement. Instead of moving towards the right, if the object moves towards the left, then also it has a straight line movement. Now what will happen if the object moves towards upwards or downwards? In both these cases, object is again moving in a straight line motion. What about this? If the object moves in this direction or towards this direction or towards this direction, or let it be moving towards this direction. In any of these direction, whichever direction the object is moving, all these are straight line directions, straight line movements. So translation is change in position of an object which is along a straight line. That means object cannot move in a circular fashion. Object cannot move in a zigzag fashion. Object cannot move in a curvical fashion. Object has to move along a straight line. It can move towards left, it can move towards right, it can move towards upwards or downwards, or towards bottom left, bottom right, upside right or upside left. It can move to any direction, but that movement should be along a straight line movement. If the object undergoes a change in position along a straight line, then such a movement is called, such a change in position is called a translation. Okay? Now, let the original position of the object be represented as point P. That is, initially the object is at position P, and the newer position after translation, let the new position be at P dash. So this is the original position represented using P, and this is the new position which is obtained after translation, and it is represented as P dash. Now look, both P and P dash are represented using X and Y coordinates. Why? Because whenever you try to plot a point on the screen, that particular point belongs to a corresponding row and a corresponding column. So since every point on the screen belongs to a specific row and a specific column, every point should be represented using X and Y coordinates. So original position is represented as X and Y, X comma Y, and the new position should be represented as X dash, Y dash. Okay, now let us see how from x we can reach x dash and from y how we can reach to y dash. Let us see this picture. Let this be the original position. The object was initially at this position. Now since this is represented as point P, this P has two arguments x and y. That means this point belongs to the column x and row y. From this position the object underwent a straight line movement and reached a new position. It is represented using the label P dash, and this point P dash also belongs to the column x dash and the same point belongs to the row y dash. Clear? Now from this initial position or from the original position, x moved from x to x dash. So the distance traveled is represented as tx. From x you have to travel a distance of tx to reach x dash. Similarly, from y you have to travel a distance of ty to reach y dash. So from x, when you travel a distance of tx, you will reach x dash, and from y, when you will travel a distance of ty, you will reach y dash. So I am going to write it as an equation. That means x dash is obtained when x is added to tx. You can add tx to the parameter x to get the new value of x dash. Similarly, y dash is obtained when ty is added to y. So these are the two equations in translation. So these two equations are together known as transformation equation for translation. Now we know that x and y belong to the original position. X dash and y dash belong to the new position. And tx and ty are together known as translation vectors. So I can say when translation vector tx is added to x, I got x dash, and when translation vector ty is added to y, I got y dash. Clear? The same equation can be rewritten as new point x dash y dash means the new point, that is p dash, can be obtained when the old point xy, that is old point is p, is added to translation vectors which is represented by t. So we can say new point can be obtained when translation vectors are added to old point p. Clear? Same equations, but I have rewritten in terms of points. Here I used coordinate values. Okay, now let us move on to the matrix representation. Same equation can be represented using matrix also. Let us see how. Point P dash has two arguments or two coordinates x dash and y dash. It is represented as a matrix. P dash is represented as x dash y dash. Now let us represent the point P. Point P can be represented as x and y. Both these are column matrices. Now this column matrix should be added to translation matrix, and the translation matrix can be written as tx and ty. Let us see how this works. X dash is equal to x plus tx. I got this equation. And y dash is equal to y plus ty. I got this equation. So there are two ways of representing translation. Either I can use transformation equations or I can use matrix representations to represent the translation, which is the change in position of an object along a straight line. Now we are going to learn about a new concept which is called homogeneous coordinates. What is this homogeneous coordinates? Homogeneous coordinates means representation of an n coordinate system using n plus 1 coordinates. What is it? representing n coordinate system with n plus 1 coordinates. That means we were talking about a coordinate system which is having only 2 coordinates, that is x and y. So here value of n is 2. This means we are talking about a coordinate system which has only 2 coordinates. So we are using 2 coordinate system. So homogeneous coordinate says 2 coordinate system can be represented using 2 plus 1 coordinates. That means n coordinate system can be represented using n plus 1 coordinates. When n equals 2, we can say with 2 coordinate system we can represent it using 3 coordinates. But there should not be any change in value. You can represent a 2 coordinate system using 2 plus 1 coordinates, but the value of the equation should not change. Let us see how is this possible. So this is the matrix representation in homogeneous coordinates. Initially the matrix P dash was written as x dash y dash. Now I am going to rewrite the matrix for P dash as x dash y dash 1. Already 2 parameters were there. Along with this 2 parameter, I added an extra parameter so that the 2 coordinates are now represented using 3 coordinates. Okay, so P dash can be rewritten as x dash y dash 1. Okay, now I am going to represent the matrix P, point P. This can be rewritten as x, y, 1. Again the 2 coordinate system is represented using 3 coordinates. What about the translation matrix? Remember, whenever you represent coordinate systems in homogeneous coordinates, instead of adding, you have to always multiply the matrices. That means in homogeneous coordinate system, you have to represent any transformation only as product of matrices. This is the only method of representing a transformation. You can represent any transformation, but that transformation should be represented as product of matrices. Let us now see how it works. You have to write the translation matrix in such a way that when you multiply these 2 matrices, that is point P, when multiplied with translation matrix T, that is you are going to multiply translation matrix T and point P. When you multiply these 2 matrices, the result should be same as x dash equals x plus tx and y dash equals y plus ty. So to get this equation, accordingly you have to write the values of translation matrix. Let us see how. So to multiply 2 matrices, we have to multiply first row with this column, then second row with this column, and then third row with this column. Let us multiply 1 into x, you will get x, 0 into y, 0, tx into 1, tx. So 1 into x plus 0 into y plus tx into 1. So you will get x plus 0 plus tx, which is x plus tx. Now comes the second row, 0 into x, 0 plus 1 into y, y plus ty into 1, ty. So 0 into x is 0, first term gone. 1 into y, y plus ty into 1, ty. So second equation you will get y plus ty. What about the third row? 0 into x is 0, 0 into y is 0, 1 into 1 is 1. So now let us combine these 3 together. X dash is equal to this into this. That is x dash is equal to x plus tx. You got the equation? Now y dash is equal to y plus ty. Now the third one, 1 is equal to 1. So you got 3 equations. One is x dash is equal to x plus tx, y dash is equal to y plus ty, and 1 is equal to 1. So when you tried to represent the above matrix representation using homogeneous coordinate systems, you got the same set of equations without change in value. So now this can be represented as p dash, this is represented as t, and this is represented as p. So our new equation becomes p dash is equal to t into p. Remember, whenever you represent a transformation using homogeneous coordinates, always represent the matrices in product form, and remember to write it in reverse order like this: p into t equals p dash. That means this was the initial point. When you apply translation to the initial point, so initial point, when applied translation, you will get final point. So this is the order from right to left. Okay, you can take the initial point first, then apply translation, and you will get the final point p dash. So this is the order of representation in translation. Now let us see how can you translate a line or a triangle or a circle. So to translate a line, we have to apply translation equation to both these endpoints. What about a triangle? To translate this triangle, we have to apply transformation equation to all these 3 points. What about a circle? Circle has only one point, which is at the center. So to translate a circle, we have to apply the translation equation at this point. So in short, what I wish to say is, to translate an entire object, it can either be a circle or a triangle or a line or any object. To translate that object, you have to apply the equation, which is translation equation, to all its points. How many points does the object has? To each of those points you have to apply translation. Only then the entire object will be moved to a new position. Okay. So now with the help of an example, let us see how you can do it. Let this be the question given. You are having a line and the two endpoints are 1, 4 and 5, 8. Two endpoints are already given to you, and your purpose is to find the values of tx and ty. Now we know that x1 and the initial point x and y are given, and the final points x dash and y dash are given. We know that when tx is added to x, you will get x dash, and when ty is added to y, you will get y dash. So first we have to write the equation. X dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. Substituting the values, we get x dash is 5. From the figure it is clear x dash is 5 and y dash is 8. So I have substituted values of x dash and y dash. Then substitute the values of x and y. X is 1, y is 4. So substituted both these values. Plus tx and ty. So the equation now becomes 5 is equal to 1 plus tx and 8 is equal to 4 plus ty. From this we have to find out the values of tx and ty. Let us take the first equation. That you will get when you take the one to the LHS. We will get tx is equal to 5 minus 1 and the value of tx is 4. Similarly in this equation, taking 4 to the LHS, it will become ty is equal to 8 minus 4, which is 4. So I got both these values tx and ty. So in this way, when the initial point and the final point are given to you and you are asked to find tx and ty, use the translation equation and substitute the values which are given. You can easily find the values of tx and ty. Okay. Now suppose another question is given to you, a triangle. And we know that triangle has 3 endpoints. Which are they? 5, 5, 1, 9 and 8, 9. 3 endpoints are already given. Now what? 2 other values are also given. Tx is equal to 2 and ty equal to 3. So you now know altogether 5 values. three end points of a triangle, and the translation vector parameter values are also given. So with these values you have to find the new position of the triangle. Okay, to get the new position of the triangle, all these 3 points have to be translated. That means you have to translate the first point, you have to translate the second point, and you have to translate the third point. Only after translating all these points, the entire triangle will be moved to a new position. So first write the equation x dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. Okay, now let us take the first point, which is, first point is 5, 5. I am going to find the new position of this point. This point after translation will be at a new position. So I am going to find the new point. How? Initially value of x is, x dash is equal to x plus tx. So I know the value of x is 5. So taking x as 5 and adding tx is given as 2. So 5 plus 2, x plus tx, 5 plus 2 will give me 7. 7 is the value of x dash. Similarly, value of y is 5, value of ty is 3. So when 5 is added to 3, I will get 8, which is the value of y dash. So I got x dash and y dash. So writing x dash as 7 and y dash as 8. So from this it is clear that the first point of the triangle translated from 5, 5 to 7, 8. Similarly, compute the new position of second point. Second point is 1, 9. So from 1, 9, what is the new position where it will reach? So now value of x is 1, value of y is 9. X should be added to tx, y should be added to ty. So 1 plus 2 and 9 plus 3. 1 plus 2 will give you 3 and 9 plus 3 will give you 12. This is x plus tx and this is y plus ty. You got two new values. This is x dash and this is y dash. Okay. So second point is 3, 12, which means from 1, 9 the translation made the second point of the triangle to be moved to a new location 3, 12. Okay, now similarly you have to find the new position of the third point. Third point is at 8, 9. From 8, 9, this is x and this is y. You can add tx to 8 and ty to 9. That is 8 plus value of tx is 2. 8 plus 2 will give you new x dash and value of y, that is 9 plus ty. 9 plus 3 will give you 12. So 10 and 12 are x dash and y dash. So I got the third point 10, 12. So altogether the new points are 7, 8, 3, 12 and 10, 12. With these 3 points the new triangle is drawn. So in this way, to translate any object from its original position to a new position, you have to apply the translation equation to all its points. Clear? Let us learn one more interesting thing. Let this be our computer screen and this top left corner is the origin of the screen. When we move from this corner towards the right, x increments, and from this position when we move towards downward direction, y increments. And something which you already know, that means from the current position, if we are moving towards right direction, the x will increment, and if I am trying to move towards the left direction, x will decrement. If I am moving upwards, then y will decrement, and if I am moving downwards, y will increment. Okay, now one more thing. If I am moving right or left, that means if I am moving towards right or if I am moving towards left, there is no change in y, only the column values are changing. Clear? So a right or a left movement does not cause the y value change. In both these movements, only the x values change. Similarly, when you move upwards and when you move downwards, you are in the same column. That means x value will not change, only the y values change. Once again I am going to repeat, if you move left or right, only x values change. There is no change in y value because you are in the same row. And if you are moving upside down, since you are in the same column, x will not change, only the y values will change. Now let us take a look into different translation movements. If this is a line which is to be translated towards right, so from the current position the line is to be translated towards its right. Since there is no change in y value, we are just moving towards right. We are not moving upwards, we are not moving downwards, we are just moving towards right, which means only x increments. Since x increments, you have to add the tx value to x. Okay, so you can write it as x dash is equal to x plus tx. Clear? What will happen if I am going to move the line towards left? When we move towards left, x decrements. Decrementing x means you have to subtract the value of tx. That means equation becomes x dash is equal to x minus tx. If I am taking the line upwards, I am not moving left, I am not moving right, that means no change in x. I am only moving upwards. When moving upwards, y should decrement. Decrementing y means ty should be subtracted. That means y dash is equal to y minus ty. What about a downward movement? If I am moving downward, no left movement, no right movement, so x translation is not needed. I am moving downwards, so y increments. When y increments, ty should be added. Y dash is equal to y plus ty. So when x increments, tx is added. When x decrements, tx is subtracted. When y decrements, ty is subtracted. And when y increments, ty is added. So remember this thing. What will happen if I am moving up right? That means from the current position, if I am moving in this direction, which is up and also right. So this is up and right. When I am moving towards right, x increments. When I am moving upwards, y decrements. So here both x and y are changing. A right movement causes x to increment, and upward movement causes y decrement. X increment means tx should be added, y decrement means ty should be subtracted. So the equation is x dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y minus ty. What if I am going to move up left? That means from the current position, if I am going to move up left. This movement clearly says, an up left movement says, if you are moving towards left, x decrements. If you are moving upwards, y decrements. X decrements, which means subtract tx. Y decrements means subtract ty. So equation is x dash is equal to x minus tx and y dash is equal to y minus ty. What if I am going to move down right? Downward movements means y increment. Right movement means x increments. So x increment means tx should be added. Y increments means ty should also be added. So equation is x dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. Now the last one, down left. Moving down means y increments. Moving left means x decrements. Y increments, x decrements. If x decrements, tx should be subtracted. If y increments, ty should be incremented. Ty should be added. So equation is x dash is equal to x minus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. So in this way, depending upon the direction to which we wish to move, whichever direction we wish to move, depending upon this direction, use the appropriate equation. It is simple. Just remember these four rules. A right movement increments x, so simply add tx. A left movement decrements x, simply subtract ts. An upward movement decrements y, so subtract ty. A downward movement increments y, so add ty. When multiple translations occur together, up right, up left, down right or down left, then both x and y will change. Use the appropriate equation so that you can have a clear cut translation. Okay, thank you.